next video, sorry. So yeah, all that. I'm just proud of him for that. I'm really proud of I should tell him for that because, he needs to hear that. But, I don't know. I just think it's a big deal to me because I think it's going to make his life go better. I think it's going to be a lot more peaceful instead of hearing his sister always, well, blah, 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 you should change job. Like his job, he's stable there. He likes it. Does a good job there. Even though it can be a little fucky right now sometimes because new management, and now on Mondays he does produce instead of popcorn, but he's adjusting, and he just got his raise that he's been looking forward to, which he deserves. I mean, he's got a stable job. Why does he need to go to a job that might not last, that makes more money? I don't get it. In the long run, this job is better because it's going to create more stability, because he's going to stay there, because it's what he's used to. He's been there for almost 3 years. 3 years? Yeah, it'll be 3 years at that place anyways. He can hold a job, and why should he switch jobs, going somewhere that might not last, it might not work out because, whatever reason, because also he's autistic, and people notice he's very, very obviously autistic. So people, will discriminate like that. They do that. If you're autistic, you know what I mean. So, the other managers that were there that were so Jekyll and Hyde are not there anymore, but there's still one. She's not as problematic, but still, I think it's really quieted down, though. Everything's settled down there at his job, for the most part. But anyways, back to that. My inner guidance was, pushing me to get help and reach out to, organizations here that would help, with respite care, with, they pick a family, or they have families that volunteer. They go through extensive background check training, including sexual abuse, training, stuff like that. They cover it all, okay? There's another program that I got a referral to and I have an intake for. It's basically postpartum therapy groups. So I'm excited about that one too. It's going to be helpful. So my home nurse, she helped me get the referral for both of those because I was reaching out to her I'm freaking out, I'm drowning, I don't know what to do, all that stuff. And so that's what she's there for. She's like, you're not a burden, because I was like, I'm sorry if I'm a burden and stuff. She's like, you're not a burden, I just might not be able to give you the help that you need, but I'm always here to listen. But she helped me get the help I need. And the other place that I referred, sent in a referral form too, but she called and got it more moving, because sometimes the paperwork can get lost in the numbers type thing, because I'm sure they get a lot. Usually there's a waiting list, but since I have a baby, it's I need it right away. So I'm gonna they got me a family already. I did the intake today. They also have a program where it's a mentor mom. So there's a mom there that they match you with a mom, and it's basically a kind of like what I had when I was when I was living with my dad and ex-stepmother. I had a mentor lady, and she was through a behavioral center. I'm not sure, but she would meet with me, and it was very helpful. I loved it. She could pick me up from school sometimes, when I was in my group home or my foster home. I was in a foster home for a while. I wanted them to adopt me because they were really amazing, and I wasn't being abused like I was at home. But yeah, so they have something similar to that, but it's a mom, and they're like, you become friends and you guys go do things, and they kind of help you, hype you up, and celebrate you basically and stuff like that. So yeah, it was hard for me to reach out for these help, and it was hard for me to open up to my nurse. It was really hard to open up to the therapist, but so far I haven't been quite diagnosed with postpartum, but the nurse was like, she asked me some questions. She's like, you gotta just, if you feel overwhelmed or anything, like she even gave me a crisis hotline. I've texted, I think it was like not quite the high level crisis text line, but that helped me on Monday. And yeah, so now I'm like, okay, I can fucking breathe. I'm gonna get support. And so like this organization also is like, it's called Together for Good, and the other one's called Red Leaf. But so like Together for Good is like they help families stay together, like through crisis or through like stuff like this, so that you don't end up getting them taken away or nothing like you guys are both still safe. Like they helped us with the support with that, so that's good. Like they have the respite care, basically like the family, host family. You get a host family, and they take them on a specific weekend, and his is coming up on the 28th that weekend, so that's cool. And so I'm nervous but also very excited about it. I honestly didn't think they would help me, because I'm like, I'm not a single mom, like, do I qualify for the help? And it's like, but I do, so I'm just very excited about that and nervous. But hopefully he does well there. And the host mom has 2 kids of her own, and they're girls and they're younger, but they're like, they're older than him. They're like 5 and 8 or something like that, and it's gonna be good. It's good for him. He's gonna be around other kids and stuff, so that's good. So it was hard. I sound better now, but like, yeah, my home nurse was like, this can easily turn into psychosis, so we gotta keep watching for him. That gave me anxiety, and she's like, all this relief can also overwhelm you, and these hormones and all this stuff can, you never know. Like that's why I'm glad I have all this support, because yeah, it didn't happen in the past. It could have easily, but it could even happen even more so now, because I'm more open spiritually and everything. So like I don't know. And I'm burnt out, and like I'm in autistic burnout and everything, so it could easily happen easier. And I don't know, I think I was dancing on the lines, because I never had those types of intrusive thoughts before with my other kids. No, not like that. Not like, I had to break the cycle of physical abuse, and I did, but like these were different. I didn't have to be, didn't have to be screaming for me to have them. Like, and the home nurse was like, they can even happen with, like, stuff can even happen like that with the moms that don't want to do it either, like that feel the same way about it as me. Like it can easily happen, but like talking about it took the power away, and so I don't really have them as much. Like yeah, they're still kind of there when I get overwhelmed, but they're not something I can't manage, and I have the support, and I'm just a little nervous about posting this, because but it needs to be talked about. I'm getting the help I need. I have, like, Minnesota is definitely very, very good about this. Let me make one last video.